Welcome back to the Capitol Review. We are nearing 100 days of the Trump administration's takeover of the district. There are nearly 2,300 National Guard troops. The Attorney General for D.C., Brian Schwalb, filed a lawsuit against the administration for what he describes as overreach. They had their first meeting a few weeks ago. Joining Capitol Review is U.S. Marshals Service Director Gady Serralta. Director, welcome to Capitol Review.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're always glad to have you, sir. We're inching towards 100 days of the Trump administration's deployment of members of the National Guard into D.C. There were over 2,300 members at one point in the city. You're the guy behind this effort. How would you say things are going right now?
Well, I think they're going fantastic. As you mentioned, the president put together this coalition of law enforcement, including the National Guard, and we've been working together for nearly 100 days now, and it's been with high success.
Well, Director, right now there's currently a lawsuit with the D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwalb on trying to stop the takeover. Are you currently still working actively with D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the police chief Pamela Smith, or has that had an impact on the relationship?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Chief Smith and I work very well together, and Mayor Bowser's office also works very well with us as well. The lawsuit is not something that we are concerned with. This is not a takeover. This is an attempt to rid the capital of the United States of crime, and I don't see that as a takeover. I think that's something that the people, the Americans in this country should have, right? A crime-free capital.
Well, crime in D.C. is down. Those are numbers from the D.C. Police Department. Homicides and robberies are down. Violent crime down 28%. All crime down 15%. When the takeover started in D.C., crime was already down. But your reaction to the current numbers?
Well, the current numbers are murders are down 60%. That's as compared to this time last year. Robberies are down 50%, and carjackings are down 70%. I mean, let's think about that for a second. 70% of the carjackings are no longer occurring. That is effective police work done by 31 agencies working in partnership under my leadership, and that's something to be proud of, and I think it's been highly successful. It is something that our AG, Pam Bondi, is passionate about, and our local our local prosecutor here, Janine Pirro, is also very passionate about. So, you know, we're doing God's work here, making sure that we don't leave any stone unturned, and violent crime is going to have to stop in this capital.
Director, when our team of reporters, when they're out in the community, we see Guard members around DuPont Circle and Union Station, but some say they're not in the crime-ridden areas. Do you plan to move members to those areas, or are they there and we just don't see them because they're there during the overnight hours?
So let me just give you an example. The National Guard is helping law enforcement by being in locations that normally we have local law enforcement patrolling. So because the National Guard is at Union Station, MPD does not have to be there, or U.S. Park Police does not have to be patrolling Union Station. However, I will tell you that at Union Station not too long ago, there was a man that was crouched behind a car who attacked a young woman, started ripping her clothes off, and with the intention of raping her. And it was a Good Samaritan and the National Guard that stopped that from happening. National Guard called law enforcement. We have direct contacts, and we were able to go and arrest the individual for rape, attempted rape.
Director, I know you don't have time to take polling, but do you sense that more residents in D.C. support this presence than don't?
I will be very honest with you. I found two individuals that are not not with the National Guard being present, and both of those individuals are out-of-towners. So I think the folks that live here, I think the folks that work here are very appreciative of the work that the task force is doing and of the National Guard presence.
And that presence will be here until next year. How is that effort going to continue?
Well, I can tell you that their presence is going to be here until the president deems that their presence doesn't need to be here. But I'll tell you, as far as the task force goes, we're going to have a permanent footprint here. We're going to make sure that the capital of the United States is the safest capital in the world. It needs to be. This is the United States, and this is our capital.
Director Gady, Serralta, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.